Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Haha Podcast. It's been, what, 2, 3 weeks since we've had an episode?
Uh, so you just want to skip over all that stuff you just said before you hit record? Is
Stuff
that
I
what we're
just
doing?
said.
Yeah, about women and politics.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I just thought it was kind of heinous, which is why I'm kind of still bringing it up.
I'm not out here trying to get canceled, man.
I mean, okay, we can move on. Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah. All right, anyway. How are you, Smug?
So, I'm pretty good. How about you?
Uh, I'm good other than the way.
Well, now that you ask,
Yeah,
actually, I do have some things to get off
now
my
that you
chest.
ask, I'm pissed about these women.
I do just like the general blanket statement.
Yeah.
I'm sick of these women and their things.
And their things and their
And the stuff
wanting.
that they do. It's just like you just don't know what a woman is.
Yeah. It's like,
I
well, no,
can't
you wouldn't.
believe that man used that woman, not a tool.
Not a
Got it.
tool.
Understood.
Understood. Not objects.
Animal.
People.
Not an animal either.
People. These women and
Really can't get it down.
they're flying?
Battery life.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good segue. Speaking of battery
I
life.
know, thank you.
We're going to be talking about technology today because I had my computer die on me, which is why there hasn't been any episodes.
Were you able to get any of those episodes back, or are they all gone?
I think I have one. I think I did get
Okay.
them back. The files were not all destroyed or anything or corrupted or wiped. I have all my files from my old
Did you get
NVMe.
the IRL special back?
I did not. No, that one
Ooh.
died. Where we went to
We did.
make out point.
Yeah, well, we actually went to Hollow Earth like we promised.
Oh,
We met up with
the
lizard people.
lizard people. We met up with Godzilla. You rode King
Yeah, it was a little
Kong.
tough to schedule that. It was they got busy. They got shit to do. They got movies. They got to film.
Yeah,
Secret government agents they have to hide.
I don't think
Weapons of mass destruction they need to plant
we're
and then
gonna be able to get
unplant.
another one. I'm gonna be honest.
Not for years.
I don't even think
Not until
years.
at least 100,000 subscribers. At actually, to be fair, I think I would sub if a channel promised to go to Hollow Earth.
You know what? I think I would too.
Guys, if we hit 100,000 subs, we'll go to Hollow Earth and commune with Godzilla, King Kong, and the lizard people.
Just as a just in case, right? Like they probably won't, but like, what if they do?
But what if we make it happen?
Mm-hmm.
And even if they don't make it happen, I want to see how hard they try and make it look like it happens. How much CGI, how many bad costumes.
I think if it does,
Can I see the boom mic falling into frame?
yeah, if it does happen, we gotta find something.
It's not even an exploring. We just sit down with Godzilla and King Kong.
We'll do a whole
We
ass
still
journey to the
we still
center
do
of
the
the
thing where
earth.
the mic's above their heads. They have to awkwardly pull it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 1,000 stands duct taped together, and it's still just a little too tall. You can just lower that one a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it down.
If you can lower it, he's not picking up
Oh,
correctly.
can you hear me now? Can you? Yep, perfect. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Did you own any bad technology growing up? Anything that's now very clearly outdated?
I mean, there's a lot of game systems I owned that did not do well. If that's what you mean. I'm kind of confused what you mean by bad technology.
It's just stuff that didn't last long or it's got immediately improved upon. Stuff like that. I'm trying to think of a good example. Kind of the iPod.
I was gonna say,
existed for only a few years, and then the iPhone came out, which is just infinitely better.
yeah, I had an iPod with the touch screen for about 2 years before the iPhone came out. I was a little late to it though, because I mean it was out for a good bit, but it just didn't last all that long until they were like,
and then they're like, "What if
we could just do a phone? We could just make this a phone."
this could just have more shit in it?"
Yeah. Uh,
I remember I had one. I had an iPod. I think it was my sister's that came down to me because none of the songs were like my choice.
oh yeah.
I just had like cheerleader rep 2010s.
Oh no, you
And
okay, sorry, go on.
they're good. And so it's just like all of like the most popular pop music ever. And I was like, I don't really enjoy any of these.
I was
I
just
remember what was the go on.
I was just gonna say I remembered I had an iPod Shuffle. Do you know what the iPod Shuffle is?
That's I know the
Okay,
name.
all
I
right.
don't know the product.
So the iPod Shuffle was like a little bit before iPods. Like it was supposed to be a small form factor way. It was this a small way to like have your music and everything, but it had no screen, no nothing. So you'd put your music on it. You'd plug in your headphones right up here. And then like it's small enough, like it did what it was supposed to do, but you couldn't select the music. You just had to flip through all of the different music.
You just had to find it.
Yeah, you just had to know what you were getting. And I think my mom got it for me and she got it engraved with my name.
Okay.
I was like kind of sick, but like
You know what I'm gonna
the
do?
shit was pretty damn bad.
I'm gonna get you an iPod Shuffle
Okay.
and put only songs that like don't immediately start on it.
So I have to sit there and think that like
Yeah, you have to sit there while they do like the 20 seconds of like slow hype before you can even figure out what song it is. So you won't know until you have to sit there for 20 seconds holding the skip button, waiting for the beat to drop so you know what it is.
Oh god, the iPod Nano. I remember these.
Yeah, I had that. I had that tall, skinny one, the 2005.
You had this one? Not one of
Yeah.
these? These ones I remember. I
No,
don't
it was my
fully remember.
sister's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't really get it either. I just kinda like looking at the shiny screen.
Mhm.
And then I eventually would just put the headphones into my DS, and I would just stand in a part of Pokemon and listen to the music. And then I would fly to a different city when I wanted to change a song.
I mean, kind of based. Like that's pretty sick.
I remember, like, some gym trainers, I liked their music, so I would just go and challenge them, and I would just sit there and just listen.
Yeah, that's kind of based. That's I mean, people do that nowadays, but that was before you just had that
I wonder
music.
how the gym leader felt watching me just stand there for 30 minutes, not attacking. Are they pouring water on it?
I guess so.
Oh, it's an underwater thing.
I don't know why. We ran mine through the wash and it died, so yeah, I had a
Oh,
little
you must have
clip.
not had that one.
These things were terrible. I hated this thing. And of
Even
course,
as
it was Apple too. So like, I had to buy all the music. I didn't even buy it all. It was all just whatever my brother had bought.
I'm
But
sure you get the exact same taste.
it wasn't too far off.
Oh, that picture.
It's such a good picture.
I also, as someone who's played Punch-Out, I can't imagine a worse way to play Punch-Out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it
You,
doesn't.
like, really need both hands. You need to be attentive and ready.
Well, that was the worst part about it. Is like it really didn't have like motion tracking.
Yeah, but you felt like you did.
Yeah, I do love it. I kind of wish they'd make something like this again.
That's just VR.
Yeah, but they don't have
It's
a.
like the new fancy VR gloves.
Yeah, we need like actual gloves for it though, instead
Oh,
of
you
this
want something
hand
that, like, goes on
tracking.
your whole
Yeah, I
sleeve.
want like a sick ass fucking like immersive sleeve that I can put on.
Gotcha. You want something hot and uncomfortable.
Yes.
Okay, well, you just wear, like, an arm sleeve and then put your VR thingy over it. What's the new VR tech? I haven't looked at VR in so long.
So, if I recall, now you basically just don't have controllers. The actual VR headset has like decent enough
Hand
hand
tracking?
tracking to where it'll actually kind of like see your hands.
Ah. Are, like, all the VR chat snobs just, like, crying?
I don't know. Anything I see about VR chat is it actually just being a bunch of fucking babies raging.
All I know is that that's kind of what all the products were leaning towards for a while, because VR chat got so popular,
Mhm.
and, like, in any game, you always wanna have the cool new stuff. But it just happened that this game, the stuff could be like $1,000
God.
and people would pay it.
Yeah, I kind of like that
I
is one
remember
thing
the
I did get.
vest.
Actually, you know what? No, that is a thing I got. I got a VR headset and it just never took off. It didn't even die. It just never went anywhere.
I have, like, the first Oculus they ever made,
Mhm.
and it was when I first opened it, I'm like, "Oh, there's, like, no games." Well, don't worry, they'll remedy this. And then the game was VR chat, and that was it. There were, like, no games.
Yeah, or fucking super hot.
Yeah, well, and I feel like a lot of the problem was because VR chat got so popular is people just making their games for VR in VR chat.
That one I
'Cause that had,
don't.
like, a billion fucking games on it and whatever, and then you would look at Steam, and a lot of the VR Steam games were either ports of older games they made VR,
Mhm.
or they just sucked. They weren't a good game.
I mean, I think the biggest issue is it was really hard to balance the game versus motion sickness that you would get. Because I
Did you
remember
ever get motion sick?
I did specifically in like Skyrim VR. Skyrim VR made me
Uh,
motion sick to no end. In VR chat, it was a little bit different. I think it's just because it wasn't like the
I used to
movement
say War
wasn't
Thunder.
as uh jarring. Also, can you play War Thunder in VR?
It's the top result, and it just says VR supported. If I get to sit in my hyper realistic jet, I'm gonna learn how to do some terrible things.
The one thing I did kind of like VR for that I think they're starting to kind of get into a little bit more is actually having like high definition virtual monitors.
Okay.
So like basically instead of having two monitors on your desk and everything, you just kind of put on the headset and then you can just have the monitors wherever and you can have them as big as you want, as high of a resolution as you want.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so it's not like it would just be augmented. It would be AR instead of VR.
I've I found that one of the best uses was watching pirated shows. Because VR chat would just have these movie theaters, and
Yeah,
they would
they
just have
would. Yeah,
everything.
they would.
And I'm like, I don't need to worry about a fishy website. I don't need to worry about viruses. It's just built hard coded into this game every episode of whatever show I want
Yeah,
to watch,
no,
whatever
I
movie.
can't say I didn't do that. There was a lot of nights my buddy and I would either be doing karaoke in VR,
Yep,
which
I did
was
that too.
fun,
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
and
Because it's
then
just
yeah,
karaoke.
it's just karaoke. I remember one of our friends didn't have a VR headset, but they still like just got on VR chat.
Bro, I never understood the desktop VR chat players. Like, there is just zero appeal to play that game if you're not in VR.
Oh, I mean, I think they only did it to play with us and to just hang
Gotcha.
out with us. They never played it alone or anything.
That one's fair. That one I understand.
Yeah, so we went on to one where it was just Beat Saber. And watching them try to play Beat Saber was the funniest thing because it's just them holding the stick straight and then just spinning.
I do remember a lot of those games would just be so buggy that if you were spectating, you couldn't tell what was happening.
Yeah, no, it was pretty
Like, if
bad.
you're playing, it's A-okay. But if you're watching, you're like, oh, you're just like cheating. You're glitching through that wall right now.
Yeah. Man, God, part of me wants to set up my VR set, but I also just really don't.
I'm thinking the same thing, but I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna open VR chat. I'm gonna be like, well, let's see what new models there are. And I'm just gonna spend half the time going through like avatar worlds. And then I'm gonna find something I'm gonna like, and I'm gonna go to a hangout world, and no one's gonna be talking, and they're all gonna be silent in front of that fucking mirror.
Or they will be talking and it'll be cringe as fuck.
Yeah, you know what? That's true.
It's
There's two
only gotten worse.
conversations.
It's only gotten
It's
worse.
either really cringe, or they're very clearly deep in a conversation. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna join this stranger's
No, you
conversation.
just butt in there. You just get in
I
there.
never. I would if I knew the conversation topic, I would, like, drop a mention, and if they invited me in, I would start chatting. But there was nothing worse than, like, you say something and they just don't turn, they don't say anything to you, and you just stand
Mhm.
there.
Uh, I hated the
It's
VR
like,
mic because I had the Vive, and that mic was
yeah,
so bad.
mhm.
So I just was a mute in VR chat, and
I
I was a criminal.
I wouldn't unmute unless I, like, interacted with them enough that they liked me while muted.
Mhm.
And then at some point, I would just hit that unmute button, they'd be like, "Oh my god, you talk?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do this now."
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Funny enough, people did not like me unmuted. I had a friend that was a streamer in it, and I was muted, and they'd always invite me, and then the minute I started talking, they stopped inviting me.
Bro,
I was like, "Huh.
I
Oh, well."
I knew a streamer, and I actually ended up being in one of their videos that's now been deleted.
Oh, shit.
But I used it as reference for, like, my mic and everything. Because like, the original mic is terrible, like, you
Mhm.
can barely understand them, and also the headset is just a trillion degrees. I would take it off, and I'd be drenched in
God,
sweat
it
on my
sucked
face.
so much. That's the
And
other
then my
thing.
friends were like, "Oh, you gotta get the new one." I'm like, "I'm not spending $1,000 for no new games."
No, it's kind of just ass. And that's the biggest thing, right? Is there isn't any new games. So there's no point in continuing to like try to get into it because there's no
Yeah.
getting into it. There's just nothing.
My other problem was because there were so many companies doing it, there was a new, better headset, like, every
Mhm.
month.
Yeah, because you
And, like,
had
I
the
don't wanna
big
buy
two.
the new best thing, and then the bester thing comes out 3 days after I made this purchase, and I'm
Mhm.
like, 'cause then I would've just been pissed and wanted that one.
Yeah, no. VR was definitely a bit of a scam.
I can't believe it fell off. It was, like, such a crazy new form of technology, and somehow it just got nowhere.
Oh, I gotta see. What are the new VR games? Let's see what's coming out. Not
Google new
AI.
VR technology. I remember the last piece of VR tech that I
Okay,
saw.
Astrobot is VR, which is I mean that's the
I guess
other
that makes
issue is that's
sense.
PlayStation VR.
Yeah,
I
that one's
can't do
exclusive.
anything about that. Beat Saber, crazy.
Crazy new game.
Blade and Sorcery. I do remember that one.
I
That
own
one's
that
pretty
one.
fun. I also own that one. Ooh, a flight sim. I've not heard of Elite
Problem is you
Dangerous.
need the tech for that. Like, you need the flight sim controllers and
I don't do
everything.
you? I don't think you do because like it's just in the
You do if you
VR.
wanna, like, enjoy it.
If you
Because I
want to,
tried the
yeah.
racing ones without it, and it's like, "Ah, you are holding this fake steering wheel." And I'm like, "You just don't feel immersed at all."
Everybody's
I'm not
golf VR.
paying $1,000,000,000,000 for VR
Okay,
golf.
this one's kind of cute. Ghost Giant. It's like a platformer where you're interacting with the character.
Oh, that's kinda okay, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's
Half-Life
been out
Alex.
for a long
Yeah,
time.
no, and it's still $60.
That's been out
Uh,
since the beginning.
yeah, I remember I Expect You to Die. It was good.
That's been out
This
since
has
the
been, oh
beginning.
my god. Lone Echo, that
I
seems
don't know that
new.
one.
You play as an AI entity named Jack that is tasked with assisting your captain in unraveling a dangerous
Nope,
mystery.
don't care.
Metal
Wait, Doom
Hellsinger.
VR?
Well, it's not Doom, but it's Doom like. All right,
Hey
let's.
friends, Matthew K. Hayford from the
Oh, okay.
I just want to see
Oh,
the gameplay.
nope. Oh, there we go.
Uh, okay. I mean,
Okay, so it's
it's just
Doom. Doom. It's just Doom. It's just Doom
yeah.
VR, kind of,
I
but not bloody and gory. So
I mean, my biggest issue
mm,
is the mix of movement and then
this
actually
one
being
is
able to
gonna make
move.
me
That one would
sick. I can tell.
Minecraft makes me so sick. I can't do Minecraft VR.
Minecraft was bad. Yeah, that one was. I struggled. I played it a little bit, and I immediately just felt like I was gonna vomit.
Okay, this is I
What?
So you're just telling your little mouse to go different places? Or you're just
Kind of.
doing things? Okay. I mean, again, you're not actually okay. I do like this concept for VR, where you're kind of like a
I do like that it's
god.
getting, yeah, this kind of outsider POV
There's
instead of just,
no shot this is any good.
this does not look like VR POV.
This is No Man's Sky VR.
There we go.
Ah, dude, whenever I watch recordings of VR, it's just the worst. Oh, Pistol Whip is
It
actually pretty
never
good. I know this one. It's uh it's
looks a
super
little
hot.
familiar.
It's super
Yeah.
hot, but it's rhythm based.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I
little bit
enjoyed Super
cooler.
Hot. That game was
Super Hot
fun.
was so good. Project Cars 2.
No way. They actually a sequel to Cars.
Are
Zero
you
gameplay.
gonna show
Zero.
me what it looks like when I'm driving
Zero
the
gameplay.
car?
Negative gameplay, actually.
There just is. You're right. There's no gameplay. No. This isn't
I
gonna
get to be
work.
Leon.
Okay. It's still not good. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Nope. That's so bad.
Yeah,
Oh!
tell me when it's the one with the vampire lady and I'll care.
Yeah, RE7 had a good one. RE7 VR was actually pretty decent.
Not vampire lady. There we go.
There
Now
we
this is a good VR
go.
game.
Yeah, but
Oh,
surreal
fuck.
visuals. Oh, oh, that's making me nauseous.
I remember the CS:GO ripoff.
Oh,
I'm sure
I know the one you're talking
someone's
about.
not gonna like that I called it that,
That is
but
exactly what it is.
yeah, it is just a one for
What
one.
was it
It is the
called?
exact. I'm trying to find it. It's somewhere in here. I had it. I didn't like it, but I had it. Pavlov.
Pavlov. I never played this. Oh, I didn't ever actually play it, but it was.
I played a few games because I was just like, oh no way, a VR shooter that's like competitive teams and everything, and it's like this is perfect, just the game for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I opened it, and then somehow the CS:GO sweats found a way to still sweat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, there's no way. Oh no, they added cases to Pavlov. It's so
Oh,
over.
it's absolutely over. That's terrible. Uh, did you hear about the new water cooling shit they got going on right now for computers?
There's no way you tried to pivot to
I
that.
did, because I want to talk about it because it's really cool.
All right, go on.
Okay, so
Splurge.
okay. So you know how water cooling normally uses like a pump, water, and a radiator, right?
Nope.
So water cooling uses a pump, water, and a radiator, right?
You know what? I changed my answer. Yes. Yes, I'm actually very well aware.
Okay. So what a company is trying to do now is make a pumpless water cooled system.
Wait, can you just Google new water cooling technology?
Yeah.
I just want you to go to pictures.
Do you
Just some of these are just like hype pictures of someone dude's PC setup.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of sick. I like that. So anyway, basically they're trying to make it so that you don't have a pump, so that water cooling is actually just going to be the quietest thing you could ever have
Okay.
for cooling a PC.
Hmm.
And it involves boiling the water on the CPU, basically.
I mean, there's a perfectly good heat source right there. Why shouldn't they take full advantage?
Yeah, so basically the boiled water evaporates, it goes up to the radiator, and then is at
Wait,
such
hear me out.
okay.
Okay, so you're playing a video game, right?
Hmm.
But you've got all the settings on low.
Hmm.
And you just get a little pop up in the bottom right. Please turn up graphics. Not struggling enough for heat.
Please turn up graphics. Water not boiling.
It's like, I'm not sure about that. And you see it take over, it does it itself.
Hang on, I gotta see how much is this, because this is like average around. Not AI. Okay, 140. So the water would boil. So like even at like resting temp, the water is probably gonna boil.
But it needs it quicker.
You're right.
I just need you to set everything to hyper graphics real quick for me.
Never mind.
I don't
The
think
water
that's
wouldn't-
correct.
The water wouldn't boil.
No, I'm pretty sure it boils at like 30 degrees.
30 degrees. That's when. That's 30
No,
degrees.
that's my answer. Lock it in.
Kelvin.
Lock it in. Nope. Locking it in.
Okay.
Nope. Fahrenheit.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Locked it in.
It boils then.
No backseas.
Okay. Anyway, I just think it's cool that they're still trying to fucking innovate on this shit.
You need to mute GX right now. I'm getting sick of the tab closing noise. Makes me think of Halo.
It is very Halo-like. God, why can't we get a good Halo game?
Never again.
Why,
We're not allowed to get those
Why
anymore.
can't we get a remake of Halo 3? Or Halo Reach?
Because you would have to be loved for that.
Wait, no, they're
not loved.
Wait, hang on. Weren't they gonna remake Halo 3? Yeah, they're remaking Halo 3.
Nah, it's getting canceled. I'm telling you now. My dad works for Halo.
2027. It's coming.
My dad works for that X Twitter account right there, and it's already.
If I recall, it looks like
my
ass.
dad works for that
I think
Reddit
we
thread.
actually have looked at this before.
Why do you look fat?
He looks so bad. Master Chief looks so bad.
He's seen better days. He's in bulking season. Stop making fun of him.
You're right, my bad. Like, it just...
He's preparing for hibernation.
It's just so bad.
He's gonna crawl up in a cave on Mars and just take a couple of months nap.
Oh, man. I miss this game. This game was so much fun.
To look towards the technology of the future.
Keep closing the tab. I need to stop closing the tab. Technology in the future. Okay, what do you want to see in gaming?
In gaming?
Or not. I guess it doesn't have to be limited to gaming, but that's just what...
I think I would get back into VR if they had a good, affordable setup that lets me, like, walk in place.
Yeah, like a treadmill.
I think, yeah, once we get that, like, Omni treadmill shit down, VR gets a massive comeback. That's my answer. Like, the worst part of VR is, like, for most people, you can't really go, like, my room isn't large enough for me to really walk around in VR.
No, but, like, also
like,
moving
a couple of steps and I hit a wall.
Yeah, you want this.
But, like, yeah. But, like, they're still really expensive and they're not great. But I'm like, at some point, there will be one that's, like, kind of affordable, not 1,000 plus.
Yeah.
And then I think VR, massive surge.
Yeah.
I think the same thing where if they get, like, affordable sensors and stuff so you can kind of feel more, like, of the touch. Like, I know that kind of exists right now, but I think those are just buzzers and they just kind of vibrate.
Yeah, like, you can get a treadmill for $200.
Yeah, but you need one that's
No, I know, but I'm asking, why can't we get an omnidirectional one for at least 500, right? Like...
I really don't think we're there yet, is the answer. I think we really just don't have that capability quite yet.
Have you seen there's this thing where it's got like rotating it's not like a treadmill, it's just a bunch of stuff you put on the ground and they've got like a 360 rotating like slanted thing and you're like,
yeah. And it's just kind of slippery and you can kind of
yeah. I want that.
That I would say is my number one answer. The moment I get to like play some MMO and I am walking and talking, I think that's the day I truly become a full-time NEET.
Yeah, we just need to get there, man. That just sounds like
because
so
we're
much
never
fun.
gonna hit like the fucking anime video game technology where it puts your brain in the game.
No.
That I just don't think is ever gonna be possible.
Well,
so I mean, I'm sure 1,000 years from now, maybe, but like nowhere within our lifetime do I think we will have that rapid of an expansion in technology.
It would be cool though.
It would be
absolutely.
It would be fucking awesome. I also want self-driving cars. That's my big thing.
We we
I
have that.
well, I want it like good.
Yeah, I want it not
Like we have
Tesla.
like Teslas where they're like, I mean, it kind of does it, but it might hit people
And
or
it also doesn't
something.
start in the winter and
Yeah. And like ignoring all of the physical issues of the Tesla, like it's just not that good. It's like you have to
yeah.
stay attentive at all times. I want that like you turn the seat around, there's a TV where the back seat was, and you just watch
Mm,
that while it takes you cross country,
yeah, that does sound pretty nice.
which I think will definitely happen probably in our lifetime because we've already kind of started. The big issue is our roads, but I feel like surely within 100 years we'll have a solution for that.
I mean, yeah, I think the issue is just we have so many new roads coming out that you would have to keep it updated so frequently.
I think the best way to do it would be like cameras on all sides and just have AI that like reads it all, processes it, and then like understands the surroundings and takes care of it.
Yeah, that would make
Instead of
sense.
just like trying to put all of Google Maps into the AI, because that will drive you into a lake at one point.
Mhm. It doesn't even care.
Yeah, you're gonna be asleep, you're gonna be none the wiser. It's gonna take you off a cliff and drop you into some creek and you'll die. So I would feel just a lot safer on my own end if I knew it was like a billion cameras that register everything down to like the atom.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be that intense. Like the lines on the actual pavement are so vibrant that as long as the city is
Well, not
maintaining
always
them,
is yeah, that's the
that
issue.
was what I was gonna
And
say.
and that's not gonna be good for long distance travel because like small towns not gonna have that shit.
Yeah.
And then I think the last thing I really want is, and it kind of already here, like you were talking about that AR, but
Mhm.
I just want that in like compact
Yeah,
sunglasses. I don't want some big thing on my
you
head.
want the Google Glass. You want what that was supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think that we're very close because I know they already have, like, ChatGPT and shit in glasses,
Mhm.
and that has an overlay and whatever. So I feel like that's any day now,
You know, I
and that's my
think
big 3.
we're getting there. The biggest issue is just getting like a screened form in that small of a.
Oh, I also wanna Chrome up. So, whenever that becomes possible, that would be awesome.
If you would there be anything you didn't want to replace with like robot?
No, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm an atom smasher.
You think you would just completely crumb up, just not even care?
I think, I don't think I would do big and bulky like Atom Smasher, but I think I'm gonna look like a human, but I would definitely be head to toe like robot.
Well, I am so that then brings up the question like,
I would be like everyone else in Cyberpunk, and I'd be as cyber as possible without being clearly robotic.
oh, okay. Well, I mean that's the thing I was going to say is like if you replaced your brain, what what do you what would you be the
Although,
same person?
eh, whatever version. If I die so a robot me can exist, I can die happy.
Mhm. That's a
I can die
very
knowing I left a cooler version of myself on this earth.
that's very quantum suicide.
Eh. I mean, you're quantum suiciding all the time. Do you remember what you were doing exactly 3 days ago, 5 hours, 27 minutes?
What?
Yeah, see that version of you's dead. That version's gone. You
Okay.
already died. Would you rather the big robot body, or would you prefer the more humanoid look?
um I wouldn't do big robot. That just sounds like a bunch of problems.
Would you join the Space Force if it was all intergalactic Gundam wars?
Absolutely.
Amen,
Bro,
brother.
I'd join the army if they were like, here you go, you get to have this Spartan suit. Like if it's
The
Halo, if it's Gundam, if even if it's like uh fuck. Even if it's just like a slight exoskeleton, I probably would do it.
the only military branch I ever considered was the Navy, because it's like, I wanna be the captain of a battleship so bad. The desire to just pilot some massive war machine is something that's just I feel like within everyone a little bit.
I think it is. I think it's that like leadership want.
Like if I could be some like space admiral, that I think would be the best life I could pick for myself.
If hang on, I gotta sit. My legs are fucking tired. We're going down.
Wait, was it the Republic or no? What was the evil guys? Was that
In
Republic? Star Wars?
the evil guys was the Empire.
That was it. They had the cooler ships.
They did they? You like TIE fighters over the X-Wings?
I like the Star Destroyer over
Okay, yeah.
everything.
Well, okay.
And also the Death Star is pretty cool. The Super Death Star that they made in the newer ones I thought was stupid, but the
I never
OG,
watched the newer ones.
it's instead of a star, they just like built a gun into a planet. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
know
called the
why I
Super Death
thought it
Star.
was called.
New Death Star. No, I don't want AI mode.
I know, I keep clicking AI mode.
Okay, it's still just telling me Death Star. New Death Star from the movie. Please. Star Killer, that was it. Star
Star
Killer base.
Killer. Okay. This is not
No, you gotta type base.
Darth's
You gotta add base.
base.
Yes,
Oh,
that's it.
I
Like that.
see. Okay.
Yeah, they just built a gun in a planet, and it just shoots like 4 to 5 lasers at a time is the only difference.
Okay. That's fine, I guess. I don't know. That kind of isn't as cool as just a
Like, if you look
big base.
bottom of your row there, bright red. Kind of shotgun blast looking. Mouse down, mouse down, mouse down. Down, 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 left, 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 left,
Oh, I see.
left,
Right
left,
here,
left,
right
left.
here,
There
right
you go.
here. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it does. And I think they fire it once, it kills like 4 random unnamed planets, and then they beat it, and it like entirely explodes,
Yeah, so just most
as the
of.
Death Star does.
Yeah. It
Oh, and then
has.
they had the super ship that someone flew into. I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of.
I'm pretty sure that was.
Everyone hated.
Yeah, no one was happy about that.
It did have one of the hardest frames ever, though. You've gotta give it that. Yeah, I typed in Star Wars Warp Speed Crash, and that worked.
That worked? Okay.
Yes. Like, the one frame goes hard.
This one right here.
Yeah. But then this, and I know what I saw someone say it, it ruined it. It's like, why don't they do this all the time?
Yeah.
Like, you just have some little guy and some little ship plow right through like the commanding bay, kill everyone on that ship
And be
that's
fine.
important, and then boom, you win. Yeah. Trade one hero for like an entire destroyer, no problem. GG easy.
Yeah, no, that doesn't. Wait,
Luke,
yeah.
you need to get this missile through this really tiny pipe that's really hard to find. Or we could just ask Bob over there, who's got no wife or kids, to fly through it, and we'll actually fix everything. So I know I've already said, like, I disliked a lot of the Star Wars movies,
Hmm.
and then I saw the newer ones, and I'm like, wow, even I can tell these are infinitely worse.
I didn't watch the
As
newer ones.
they all had an issue. Like everyone had some major problem that no one liked, and everyone was like, "This is the worst movie they've ever made."
Hmm.
And the next one would come out, and it would have an even bigger problem, and then everyone hated
I
it.
mean, I think the biggest problem was with when fucking Palpatine came back.
Yeah, Palpatine coming back. When she called herself a Skywalker, everyone hated that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. The guy who force projected himself across like the universe and then wasn't there and then just like turned to nothing. That was dumb. And then oh yeah, the stopping the guy from sacrificing himself to save everyone. That was the one that pissed me off. Uh Star Wars sacrifice ruined. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, it's talking about Palpatine being alive, and I'm trying to find a different issue with the franchise. oh fuck, I can't find it. Basically, some dude was going to sacrifice himself to save like everyone, right?
Mhm.
Big death laser, gonna kill everyone any second now. He's gonna fly into it, and then he gets sideswiped by a woman, gets knocked out of the way. She's like, "Oh, we don't win by destroying what we hate. We win by saving what we love." And then he just looks over, and the big death laser is getting ready to fire. It's like, well, you just got everyone you loved killed. So good
Wait.
job.
Wait.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
don't win by destroying what we hate. That's all we've done. The
yeah, and
entire
that's like how you win. If you don't destroy what you hate and all you do is save what you love, you're just stalling for time.
yeah,
And
you're
that's clearly against the rules, and I will be calling a ref.
um
Like, you can't just pass the ball for 10 minutes in volleyball and never hit it over the net. At some point, you have to pass it back. You gotta play.
yeah, I think Kayleen and I were going through and watching all of them, and we got up to where our next one would be the first of that like final trilogy,
Okay.
and I just couldn't bring myself to start it.
But there's so many positive
We
things.
even watched like
Like,
all of the spin-offs like Solo, Rebel, and those were good. I
oh,
enjoyed those.
I remember the one where they were all about the plans for building the Death
Oh,
Star. I
Rogue
don't remember
One.
which one
That's
that
what I meant to
was.
say, not
Rogue
Rebel, but
One.
Rogue One. Rogue One was good.
It wasn't the worst thing. It was definitely better than the ongoing actual plot.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was like perfect,
I
but like I enjoyed it.
I liked the premise that it turned out the pipe was intentional the whole time and set up by someone who wants it destroyed.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. That was the only part of that movie that I was like, "That's kinda fucking awesome."
I really liked Solo. I thought Solo was a good movie.
Star Wars Solo. Oh, is that the
It's just all
Beyond Han
about, yeah,
Solo?
it's just all about Han Solo.
I remember I saw this. Do not ask me what the plot was.
I don't really think there really was a plot, I'm gonna be honest.
I remember there was a heist,
Yeah,
and that's all I got.
pretty much.
Oh, and Chewie, like, ate people, but he didn't eat Han because he's cool like that
Hmm.
or something, and that's all I remember. Oh, no, I remember there was a woman who got set up to be a villain and then doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, much like with all of Star Wars, whatever we did previously doesn't matter anymore.
I really do think if I could just watch the, like, just everyone talking about ideas for the next movie, I think that'd be perfect. So, should we follow up on that last one at all? Nope. But George, we just made that movie new plot.
So we
But
have this
George,
we have this idea for a big bad villain that would be like new and really bring in this awesome idea. Nope, bring back
nope,
Palpatine.
Palpatine's back. Yep.
Bring him back.
But how how's he back? He's back
Space Jesus.
somehow.
We'll
I
name
can't
it
believe that was the
Speezus.
line. Somehow he lived.
Yeah,
Some or no, that somehow Palpatine returned.
it's so bad.
And that's all we're doing to explain it. We are not going to talk any more on the matter. Somehow Palpatine actually didn't die and also prepped the largest fleet we've ever seen ever.
God,
But don't worry, we got this. We solo.
I remember when that movie came out and I heard that and I thought it was literally just bait. Like I thought it was just fake.
It
It was
it
real.
was
It
tough.
was real. Oh my god, was it real? You know, I was gonna ask you if you had heard about a new game. Then I remembered you hate survival games, and there's no way you would have played the first one.
Yeah, you already lost
Yeah,
me.
so they're
I don't
making.
even know if it. Go on.
I'm gonna go on. So they're making. Did you ever hear of Grounded?
Nope.
So it was a survival game where you played
Oh yeah, no,
as
no, no. I have seen
four
this.
kids and you shrunk it down and you were in a lawn, right?
Yeah, this was on YouTube.
Yeah, they're making a Grounded too,
Got you.
and I'm fucking pumped for this shit, man.
Now, I'm just call me crazy. I'm trying to remember a certain film here. that is striking some resemblance. I'm just, there's something in the back of my mind. Yeah, like a certain, it could be any movie really. And it's
Yeah.
just kind of, I'm just reminiscing a little bit on a certain premise. And then a certain film got a certain sequel. I don't remember the plot for the sequel.
It was Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
That was it. And like the kids were huge.
Yeah, there's the third one. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I
I
don't
remember the one where
either.
they got tiny.
Yeah.
I don't remember them blowing up the child.
Anyway, I'm fucking pumped for Grounded too. I loved Grounded. I played so much of it. How much time do I have in that? 109 hours I have played Grounded.
This was a good era for movies and a bad era for movie covers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm like, this is like solid plot. And then this is the worst poster I've ever seen.
Do you remember the cockroach?
I don't think I do. That's an ant.
That's an ant.
That's a human.
This was no, the cockroach. It's there. It's right there.
I know, but I'm looking to the left.
It was just so bad.
When did these come out? When were these kind of movies? Because like they all had the same poster style.
Mm-hmm. This would have came out.
I want to say like 80s and 90s.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, I'm so fucking awesome.
I was gonna say like early 90s. Flubber. Oh, Flubber.
I actually didn't watch that one.
It's good.
I saw it, I just never opened it. Alright, hold up. Movies from the 90s.
Wait, I'm sorry. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid was the sequel. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was the third movie.
I like how I Google 1990s top movies, and half of it's just Dragon Ball.
Are you serious?
These aren't even the good Dragon Ball movies. These are all like the bad ones. Well, they're not on yours. They're all over mine. I wonder if it's just
think
like feed
that
difference.
might just be a cookie difference where you just look up Dragon
Yeah.
Ball so often.
I think it's just because I have more probably anime.
Because mine are
online.
also all like horror stuff.
There's a couple of horror in mine.
Misery. I remember Misery. Oh god, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990.
That was a rough one to lay my eyes on.
You know what? That is something I want. I want an easily accessible home theater system. I hate going to the movies.
It's a good projector. They're like cheap now, actually. Not that one.
Not this one.
Well, not that one.
This one's not too bad.
Yeah, I've seen some that are just like a couple $100, which for a projector is gonna be probably as good as you get.
Yeah, I just wish the sound system was also good, but sound systems have not been really increasing in quality.
And sound systems, it's kind of like go big or go home.
Yeah.
You either drop $1 trillion for something nice, or you get something crummy and you just know it sucks.
Oh my god. Oh, this one's 400. Oh my god.
Well, just because if it's cheap, it's probably stinky.
Well, so
Probably
the thing
not that
is,
good.
I think this is just the receiver, has none of the speakers with it.
Well, time to hit buy now and find out.
Yep. It is just, it's an old one
No,
too.
just hit add to cart. Just hit add to cart. Don't look at anything else. Just hit the, no.
We're done with that. Trying to think, what other technology things do I want? I want a cheap Switch 2.
That's definitely not gonna happen.
No.
Maybe when the Switch 3 comes out.
Maybe.
Do you see that they're working on the PS6?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, PS6?
Mm-hmm.
Why it looks so hard? Hang on.
You kind of fuck with
I
that?
fuck with that more than the PS5.
Wait, what about the brick? Just bring your mouse straight down a little bit.
Right here? Or right
Nope,
here?
one more. Yeah, that one. I could build a house out of those.
You could. That would be an expensive house to build.
You don't know that. Maybe they won't scalp this one. When did the PS5 come out?
It was.
Like 2020.
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago.
Damn.
Do we have like an
Still no
Xbox
games.
6?
Hold up. I'm pulling up PS5 games. I think we've done this one before, but
Astrobot.
yep.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God of War. That one's pretty good, but it's not PS exclusive.
Yeah, I'm looking for the exclusives.
Okay. Horizon. Yeah, actually, I think you can get Horizon on the computer now.
I think you might be able to. Okay, I've opened it. The Last of Us Part 1.
Okay.
Great start. Uncharted.
Okay.
Yep. I've heard that one before.
Yeah. Not AI.
Oh no, wait. Last of Us 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay. God of War. Okay. Yeah, I know that one.
But I swear,
There are only
can you
2
get...
pages of PlayStation exclusives. Are you kidding me?
Can't you
Detroit
get
Become Human.
God of
I've heard of
War?
that
Yeah,
one.
you can get God of War on the computer now.
Uncharted again. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that one. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of the Colossus.
That one's pretty good.
Pretty sure that one's old as fuck.
It is. Well, they remade it.
I'm not counting a remake as a new game. You do not get that credit with me.
Okay. Astro.
Bloodborne. I've heard
Astro
of that
Boy.
one.
Astrobot.
I'm on the official PlayStation website, and it's barely 2 pages. The second page is a row and like 2 games.
Death Stranding.
1, 2, 3, 4. There. Oh my. Wait, are there? There are 40, 45, 50. There are 54 PS5 exclusives.
But they're not even exclusives.
Half of them are remasters. The other half are not exclusive.
I was gonna say they're not even exclusive. Can't you get
I think
Final
the
Fantasy
amount of these that
yeah.
are new and not just like a remake of some kind is less than 10.
You know what? I think the era of console exclusives is over. Unless you are a console gamer.
I would agree, but PlayStation for the longest time said that was their big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was they were all about exclusives. You have to own PlayStation if you want one of these.
But now it's all just coming out on Steam.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing years ago. Was like, we have all these awesome games and they are nowhere else. It's like, well, damn, I kind of need a PlayStation. If I want these games, I need the console. And now it's like, okay, so I'm going to spend $800 to get a scalped PS5 for these games I could have gotten on the Xbox that wasn't scalped. And I'm like, this is completely cutting up the PC answer.
Yeah.
I get the cheaper Xbox that will have all of those games, if not already, pretty much. Especially now with Microsoft and all that. So, PlayStation better wake the fuck up. You know what I think brings them back? PSP 2.
PSP?
Just bring the PSP back.
That would be pretty good. I just saw something on my Steam page that is interesting to me.
What would that be?
It looks like a new RuneScape game.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
It is a RuneScape game. Oh, okay. It's a co-op 1 to 4 survival crafting game.
Ever since Black Ops came out, every cover art has been the same pose. It's always some dude where you can't see their eyes, and they're like sitting, wide legs, holding a gun. They gotta change it. Wait, how much is GTA 5 right now? $15.
Yeah, I forgot the sales going on. Oh my god, we could get Black Ops 6 for $40.
Wait, I just saw that.
Wait.
What happened to Pal World? People still playing
that? Yeah, I
no
just saw
talks
that.
about it anymore.
It has They're having a Terraria Pal World crossover right now.
Oh, damn. Oh, I forgot about the Indiana Jones game.
I heard that one was actually pretty good.
I see very positive reviews, which I'm a little surprised by.
Yeah, apparently it was just
I feel like
really fucking
these
good.
movie games always flop. I feel like they always suck. Dynasty Warriors Origin. Can't say I'm familiar. Oh, Black Myth Wukong. There we go. I recognize that one.
All right, let me look at the top sellers right now. Steam Deck, top seller.
Huge.
Counter-Strike 2, free to play.
How much is the Steam Deck right now?
400.
Ooh, that's not bad,
It's
actually.
actually pretty decent.
That's like thinking about it tier.
Yeah. Peak, the new game. I don't know if you've been seeing much about that.
Nope.
Uh, it's kind of on the same level of like Repo and fucking Lethal Company,
Gotcha. It's one of those.
but it's not horror based. You're climbing a mountain.
Okay. I've started to see videos on that. I
Yeah,
just haven't like
it's very
opened them.
new. I bought it.
Well, I just assumed it was another of the same. I'm like, I don't want to watch any more of this like generic grab stuff and run from scary monster.
No, it is now
I'm
grab
sick of
stuff
that.
and climb mountain.
I'm fine with that. It's anything to change it up, really.
Yeah, it seems interesting. I played it a little bit alone. I think it's definitely one you have to play with people.
That's how all those games are. It's
Yeah.
just like there's actually truly no point in playing any of them ever, unless you got the boys.
Cyberpunk still going strong.
How's I can't remember the game name. It'll come to me.
Do you have descriptor?
No,
Oh,
I have to figure it out on my own. I'll
okay.
get there.
All right.
I'm not gonna
Claire
get there.
Obscure Expedition 33. This one I've heard some pretty good things about.
How's that For Honor game doing?
Oh, yeah. Good question. It is $5 right now.
Just give it away, man.
I have to enter a validate to look at it.
Yo, I have way more hours than you. I did not think it was
All of my hours were
that
on
far.
the Ubisoft client.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure all those Steam hours are just from when we played.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god.
Well, that means I did half of this solo. Well, isn't that sad? I feel like that's every game that I look at on my Steam. They're like, none of these are really co-op games. It's just shit that I've done.
Yeah. It's got mixed reviews right now. What are people saying bad about it?
That is For Honor.
Extremely unbalanced characters. Yeah. All right.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah, Ubisoft
I mean,
server issues. That sounds about right.
oh, is it just that you can't get in a game like ever?
Just servers being ass.
Oh, that too now? That's so cool.
I mean, they were when we played.
Maybe it's just because I'm
We're
such
just used
an
to
abused
it.
gamer.
Yeah,
I was
we're
just used to it.
just
Yeah,
used to
I
randomly getting kicked
I don't
from
recall
a
any
game.
issue.
You don't remember just randomly getting kicked?
I guess I just been too long since I played. I don't remember that. I just remember grab, Shugoki,
Yeah,
headbutt.
you don't remember the communication errors that we would get?
It's coming back to me.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, we are at an hour. I think
I was about to say we can wrap up whenever.
think
I'm just
we're
looking at my
good.
Steam library
I am
now.
too, dude. I wish Silksong would come out.
Good one.
Thank you. It's a good meme. It's a good meme.
I wonder how that YouTuber's doing.
What?
You know the guy I'm talking about who like tracks Silksong updates every day?
Oh, I have no idea who you're talking about.
I think you might get a good chuckle at this guy. There's this YouTuber who does daily Silksong updates.
Oh no.
Update
Is he still doing it?
YouTuber. That's what I'm about to find out. It's been a minute since I looked. Daily Silksong News, day
Oh
1625,
my
a couple hours ago.
god.
Yup. Here, hold up. I'm gonna link the channel, and if you just like scroll over it a little bit.
Okay. Daily Silksong News. Oh my god.
And just look at every
News?
thumbnail.
No,
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
but
no,
no,
no.
but
I am noticing this is new. He started to feature people.
oh, he is kinda big.
Oh, okay. So he's getting, it looks like a soap song and soap song adjacent YouTubers to just do the 20-second no. No,
Oh, I just
no,
realized how long.
no,
Yeah, they
no.
are just 20 seconds.
Yeah, because there's no news. Nothing
That
changed.
is so funny.
Hold up.
He has
His April
1,000
Fools was like an
videos.
animated bit.
Wait. Yes, there is news.
Yeah, if you do his most popular, they're all the yeses.
Yep. Kinda.
Yeah, like you don't need to. If you open that top one,
This one?
yeah. Don't watch the whole thing. Just like show it a little bit. But like it's a whole little animated segment.
What do we do? No one told me what to do when there's actual news. I just stopped this shop because I never have to do anything. Well, we have to do something. Where's Ara?
Yeah, alright, that's pretty good.
But yeah, this video is awesome. So definitely check this out. It's like one of the few videos that I've watched just because I saw the screenshot and I'm like, wait, hold up. Cooking?
Alright, well, go check that out.
Oh, there we go.
Thanks for listening and or watching. My name is Angst. You can find me at youtube.com/littleangst or twitch.tv/littleangst.
These are the best.
I actually hit a YouTube notification on my phone.
Oh no.
Whoopsies.
That has been Smug. You can find
Hi.
him here.
Hi.
Yeah. That's it. Bye.
Bye.
It's been too long. I forgot how to do any of that.
I can tell.
I couldn't remember what I normally did.